An action-filled Sunday will come your way live from the Big Dome for a pair of semifinals wars tonight. The first one being the battle of the Beermen against the Llamados. And the series, as we all know, is already tied at 1 apiece. Top-notch basketball action is coming your way, and it's being to you live via Solar TV. My name is Patricia He's on right here at courtside. You know what they say? They say when it rains, it pours. And I'm not just talking about the weather outside. I'm talking about that top-notch action that will soon flood this hard court right here. Now, to keep you guys up to speed with what's happening, let's take a look at the playoffs picture. We are to see Game 3 of this best of 7 semifinals, not just for the San Miguel and Derby A series, but also for the Tanquingcen and Alaska Tussle, also tied at 1 apiece. Now, whoever gets to 4 wins first will advance to the best of 7 finals, and all the teams from here on now are just 7 wins away till they hoist that championship trophy. And we all know how exciting that could be. Well, to get the win here in Game 3, there are a lot of numbers to consider. And Magumar John is over there on the other side to give us the lowdown.
Thank you, Patricia. 2 proud franchises going toe-to-toe here in game number 3 at the Big Dome. It's San Miguel Beermen trying to do something, or trying for a chance to do something that has not been done since 2002, and that is defend the crown, while BMEG is trying for a chance to secure a season sweep, something that has never been done. Through the first 2 games of this series, we see the numbers for both squads. San Miguel is plus 5.5 in points per game, plus 7 percentage points in shooting, 12.5 with rebounds, and 10.5 in assists. The problem is they are minus 8.5 in turnovers, and that is a testament to Pure Foods or BMEG's defense. So it is going to be game number 3, the start of a virtual best of 5, coming to you live from the Big Dome, only here on Solar TV.
Nice and smooth offense shown by the San Miguel Beermen on their last 2 plays. And the San Miguel Beermen have challenged every look here by the BMEG Derby Llamados.
J-Wash, attack them. When the man or go, you run the same thing. Run stop.
What a burst of energy we've seen here by the BMEG Derby Llamados. Washa moves in. Up and up. And he fouled him. With a foul. With a 1. Coming up for Tony Washa. And Wash takes a 1-point lead for the BMEG Derby Llamados.
We're switching. You stay in front. Good job.
So it really has become quite an emotional first half so far. 7.9 seconds, game on the line. This is the time where heroes thrive.
As the rains continue to pour outside the Big Dome, here inside the Araneta Coliseum, a storm is brewing, as well as powerhouse teams BMEG Derby Llamados face the San Miguel Beermen in game number 3 of their best of 7 semifinal series. The series is tied at 1 apiece, and this could be the turning point in this series. Hello everyone, Richard Del Rosario together with my idol, Nadine Kimito. And so, Kinito, game 3 na tayo. Richard, so far, San Miguel has shown dominance in game number 1 and most part of game number 2, but they allowed BMEG to steal that game 2 away.
Well, as far as BMEG is concerned, the game is not over until that final buzzer. Sure enough, a 1-point victory at the buzzer here by BMEG, and that's all it takes. Just 1 win, and we've got a tied series.
Well, let's talk about the hero in game number 2, of course. The prolific import here of the BMEG Derby Ace Llamados, Tony Washam, especially in game number 2, he was more aggressive dito.
Well, in game number 1, eto nakita natin kung anong ginawa niya. Only 23 points and 6 out of 18 field goals. What about game number 2? I'm not just talking about his 33 points, but look at how many field goal attempts he had. 33 field goal attempts. That's a lot of attempts, a lot of shots taken by Tony Washam. He did that in 41 minutes, meaning to say that this guy can go 48 minutes if he wants to. He takes a lot of shots, and he feels that he has an advantage over Gabe Freeman.
All right, let's talk about Gabe Freeman, as you were mentioning. Gabe Freeman, of course, boundless energy coming from this reinforcement of the Beermen.
Well, big problem with Freeman is that while he has boundless energy, sometimes he goes overboard. No, he fouls too much. Game number 2, he fouled out, and he only played 35 minutes compared to 41 minutes for Washam. So it's important for San Miguel to get the maximum performance out of Gabe Freeman all 48 minutes if he can play the whole stretch.
Alright, wag na tayo magpaligoy-ligoy pa. Ito naman talaga inaabangan ng buong Pilipinas, our Dean's List. And let's start with the San Miguel Beermen.
Well, for San Miguel, Gabe has to be in sync. Ito, sinabi na nga natin, no? He has a tendency to foul, and he puts himself on the bench many times because of foul trouble. He's got to be in sync. First off, they need to make James Yap work. And I noticed in game number 2, Richard, that Yap didn't commit a single foul. Now, either he plays excellent defense or his offensive player, the man who he's defending, is not giving him too much pressure. I think it's important that San Miguel has an awareness that James Yap must work hard on defense. And hopefully, for San Miguel, it takes away from his offense. They need to be able to regroup off the turnovers. Very clearly in game number 2, 19 turnover points scored by BMEG as against only 9 for San Miguel. The perimeter firepower has to be there for the Beermen. Game number 1, they hit 10 3-pointers. Game number 2, only 3.
All right, and what about for the BMEG Derby ace, Llamados, who has come to life after stealing that game number 2?
Richard, ang tinatanong ng buong bayan, ano ba nangyari sa game number 2? Was that a fluke or is the BMEG team for real?
Sagutin mo na yung buong bayan.
Number 1 is the interior presence. Yan ang importante para sa kanila. They were out-rebounded by San Miguel in game number 2. But yet, BMEG had more offensive rebounds, 16-13. And that's important for them to establish yung kanilang authority inside the painted area. Wash has to be on the ball, and we're talking of Tony Washam. He's the guy who gets on the line. He's the guy who gets the rebounds. He makes all the big plays for BMEG. He's got to be on the ball. Avoiding foul trouble is a priority para sa kanya. Finally, stop the possessions. What about the number of attempts San Miguel had in game number 2? 67. And BMEG had 82. That's a major difference. Even if San Miguel shot close to 50% in game number 2, the fact that they had so many less possessions than BMEG did them in.
Well, you know, Kinito, BMEG is a team that really prides itself in its defense. And Maguwa mentioned a while ago that San Miguel in this series is averaging 97 points a game. Is that a point of concern here for the BMEG Derby Llamados?
Well, for San Miguel, yes. BMEG is used to holding opponents down to less than 90. When you have an opponent like San Miguel scoring in the 90s into even the 100-point mark, it's a cause for concern if you're BMEG. But again, if you're BMEG, all you want to do is to check what is the field goal percentage and also the number of attempts you give San Miguel. And as I said in game number 2, since they limited San Miguel to only 67 field goal attempts, while they shot 82, that's a good sign for BMEG.
All right, game 3 is about to get underway. Pivotal game for both these teams aiming to enter the finals of our Fiesta Conference. And San Miguel will have first possession. They're starting with Cabagnot, Jay Washington, Arwind Santos, Gabe Freeman, and Don Ontiveros. For BMEG, it's Paul Artadi, Don Aliado, James Yap, Mark Piglis, and Tony Washam, who got that first rebound. Here's Artadi, guarded by Cabagnot. Familiar matchup is James Yap against Don Ontiveros. Washam, defensive task given to Arwind Santos here. And authoritative rebound from Gabe Freeman.
You know, that's the defensive matchup that Coach Siot Tanquingcen is very comfortable with. Arwind Santos against Washam. And what Arwind Santos does is to force Washam to take the perimeter shot and also keep Washam away from the offensive boards and allow Gabe Freeman to take care of the defensive rebound.
Here's James Yap, uses the screen, and that's all he needed. A bit of space to break the ice in this game number 3.
And the nice thing about BMEG's offense is that they always look to give screens for James Yap. So they're not giving him the opportunity to create by himself. Kasi mas mapapagod siya. Give him the screen, and all he needs is a split-second screen, and he can hit that shot.
Freeman missing point blank. Here's BMEG once again, Aliado. They go to the post to Washam. Pingris Takes it out, Artadi. And Artadi is left wide open, and he knocks down that three.